If your snacks come in shiny wrappers, you're not alone. In fact, you're part of a global trend that's been quietly reshaping the way we eat for decades. Every day, millions of people reach for the convenience of packaged snacks. Crisps, chocolate bars, granola bars and more, without a second thought. These shiny wrappers are everywhere, in our homes, our offices, our schools and even our cars. They promise a quick fix for hunger, a burst of flavor and a moment of satisfaction. But have you ever stopped to wonder what's really inside those wrappers, or how these foods became such a staple in our lives? If your breakfast has more ingredients than you can pronounce, it's time for a wake-up call. Take a look at the back of your favorite cereal box or breakfast bar. You might see a list of ingredients that stretches on and on. Words like maltodextrin, monoglycerides, hydrogenated oils, and artificial flavors. These aren't just fancy names, they're chemical additives, preservatives, and fillers designed to make food last longer, taste better, and look more appealing. But at what cost? When did breakfast become a chemistry experiment instead of a nourishing start to the day? If your meals are mostly packaged, this one's for you. Maybe you're busy, juggling work, family, and a never-ending to-do list. It's tempting to grab a ready-made meal from the fridge or freezer, pop it in the microwave and call it dinner. But these convenient options often come with a hidden price tag, one that isn't listed on the packaging. The more we rely on packaged foods, the further we drift from real whole ingredients. We trade time saved for nutrients lost, and convenience for long-term health. We live in a world where convenience trumps nutrition. Fast-paced city life, long commutes, and packed schedules have made it almost normal to eat on the go. We eat in our cars, at our desks, and sometimes even while walking down the street. The food industry knows this, and they've responded by flooding the market with products that are quick, easy, and ready to eat. But just because something is convenient doesn't mean it's good for us. In fact, the rise of convenience foods has coincided with a surge in health problems that were once rare. Supermarket shelves are loaded with colorful, ready-made meals that promise ease and flavor. But what's really inside? The packaging is designed to catch your eye, with bold claims like all natural, low fat, or high protein. But behind the marketing, many of these products are ultra-processed, stripped of their original nutrients, and pumped full of additives to make up for what's been lost. The ingredient lists are long, the nutritional value is low, and the health risks are high. It's a clever illusion, one that keeps us coming back for more, even as our bodies pay the price. Processed food isn't just about fast food runs. It's not just the burgers, fries, and milkshakes you grab at the drive-thru. Processed foods are everywhere, hiding in plain sight. They're in your pantry, your fridge, and even your so-called healthy snacks. From frozen pizzas to instant noodles, from bottled sauces to pre-packaged salads, processed foods have become a daily reality for millions of people. And the more we eat them, the more we crave them. It's your cereal, deli meats, salad dressings, all those everyday staples. Even foods that seem innocent, like flavored yogurts or granola, can be loaded with added sugars, artificial colors, and preservatives. The problem is, these foods are so common that we barely notice them anymore. They've become the default, the norm, the easy choice. But just because something is familiar doesn't mean it's harmless. Most are stripped of goodness, then packed with additives, preservatives, and artificial colors to keep them tasty and shelf-stable. The food industry has mastered the art of making processed foods look, smell, and taste irresistible. They use a cocktail of chemicals to enhance flavor, preserve freshness, and create the perfect texture. But these additives can have serious consequences for our health. Some have been linked to allergies, digestive issues, and even behavioral problems in children. Others are simply untested, their long-term effects unknown. Ever wonder why you can't stop at just one crisp or biscuit? It's not a lack of willpower, it's science. Processed foods are engineered to be hyperpalatable, meaning they're designed to light up the pleasure centers in your brain. The combination of salt, sugar, and fat triggers a powerful reward response, making you want more and more. This isn't an accident, it's the result of years of research and millions of dollars spent on perfecting the bliss point, the exact formula that keeps you reaching for another bite. It's by design. Processed foods are engineered to hit your brain's reward system using just the right mix of sugar, salt, and fat, so you crave more and more. Food scientists know exactly how to manipulate your senses, making processed foods almost impossible to resist. The result? We eat more than we need, more often than we should, and we feel powerless to stop. This cycle of craving and consumption is at the heart of the processed food epidemic. But the hidden cost is not just about calories or weight gain. The real danger lies in what these foods do to our bodies over time. They disrupt our hormones, damage our gut, and set the stage for chronic inflammation. We may not notice the effects right away, but the damage is real, and it adds up. Over time, these foods can lead to inflammation, weight gain, gut issues, and even chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. Studies have shown that people who eat a diet high in processed foods are more likely to suffer from obesity, high blood pressure, and metabolic syndrome. The additives and preservatives in these foods can disrupt the balance of bacteria in your gut, leading to digestive problems and a weakened immune system. And the excess sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats can put a strain on your heart, your liver, and your entire body. We end up overfed but undernourished. Our plates are full, but our bodies are starving for real nutrition. Processed foods are often high in calories but low in vitamins, minerals, and fiber. They fill us up without actually nourishing us, leaving us tired, sluggish, and unsatisfied. It's a vicious cycle. The more we eat, the less satisfied we feel, and the more we crave. Don't fall for low-fat or protein-packed claims. The food industry is always one step ahead, rebranding processed foods as healthy by adding buzzwords to the packaging. But a low-fat biscuit is still a biscuit, and a protein bar is often just a candy bar in disguise. The real test is what's inside, not what's on the label. Ultra-processed foods still rule, even in the health aisle. Just because something is sold in the health food section doesn't mean it's good for you. Many so-called health foods are just as processed as their mainstream counterparts, loaded with sugar, artificial sweeteners, and unpronounceable ingredients. It's easy to be fooled by clever marketing, but the truth is, real health comes from real food. Real food doesn't need a label. Think fruits, veg, nuts, and whole grains, stuff your body actually recognizes. These foods are packed with the nutrients your body needs to thrive: vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber. They're naturally low in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, and best of all, they taste amazing. No additives required. When you eat real food, you're giving your body the fuel it needs to feel and perform its best. I used to eat processed foods daily until I cut back. It wasn't easy at first. I was used to the convenience, the flavors, and the habits I'd built over years. But I started small, swapping out one processed snack for a piece of fruit, cooking a simple meal instead of heating up a ready-made one. Over time, my tastes changed. I started to crave real food, and I noticed the difference in how I felt. The result: better energy, clearer skin, and sharper focus. My mood improved, my sleep got better, and I felt more in control of my health. It wasn't about perfection, it was about progress. Every small change added up, and before I knew it, I was living a life that felt lighter, brighter, and more vibrant. Start small. Swap out refined snacks, cook more, and check those ingredient lists. Every little step counts. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Try making one healthy swap a week. Choose whole grain bread instead of white, snack on nuts instead of crisps, or add an extra serving of vegetables to your dinner. The more you practice, the easier it gets, and the better you'll feel. Have you started ditching processed foods? Maybe you've already made some changes, or maybe you're just starting to think about it. Wherever you are on your journey, remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about making choices that support your health, your energy, and your happiness. Every time you choose real food over processed, you're investing in your future. Tell us below, hit subscribe for more, and check out veggieshake.co.uk for organic supplements. Your journey to better health starts with a single step. Let's take it together.